It's Sunday the 12th of November and we're back up and running for another week. Hopefully there's no disruptions this week to any services, Bricklink, Royal Mail, whatever the case may be. We have got 15 orders, one waiting to be invoiced, which they've actually requested to be left open to add some more items to, so I won't be invoicing that one just yet. We'll get to some of the orders that we've already picked and show you what they are shortly. Let's have a look at Brick Owl, and on Brick Owl we can see that there are 7, and we've got 75 lots here, 288 items, compared to Bricklink was 196 lots for 907 items. So not big orders typically, fairly modest in the main. A couple of good orders, in particular one where we sold some of the train stuff that we parted out the other week. If we look on eBay, we've also got 8 going out on eBay as well. You'll have seen that we've been packing already, probably from looking at the lists there, so we can have a quick look at what we've got. Just before I start, there are a few people saying that sales haven't been great since Bricklink came back up. I've seen some sellers say they've not had an order yet, others saying that it's slow. I've got to say that it's been okay for me, nothing exceptional, probably what it normally is. When Bricklink went down, or while it was down, I think I was 70% down on revenue compared to last month. I'm now up 30%, so I guess that's a 100% swing. And I think I'm up 25% on orders over last month as well, so not too bad. Let's have a look at what we've got going out today. So we start with eBay as usual, and we've got this Toys R Us limited edition set of minifigs going out, which sold for £20. We've got the last of the Rebel A-Wing pilots going out. We've got a Marion Ravenwood from Indiana Jones, a Moana figure, a Paisley figure from Friends, and then we're on to the Bricklink and Brick Owl orders. Got this order going out to Japan. Came in late on Friday, but I'd already been to the post office then, and as I've said several times on the video, I don't typically post on a Saturday. I do occasionally, but not this week, unfortunately. Another few parts going out there. This was the train order that I talked about. So we've got a battery box going out. I think this was the cheapest one on there. When I listed, I purposefully went cheap on that because they don't sell that often, I don't think, and they're an expensive item. I think that was £35. It's sold anyway with a couple of controllers and a few other bits and pieces from the train set as well. So good little sale there. Another one here, they've wiped me out of my small pine trees there. I picked up a few minifigs and various minifigure parts. More minifig parts going out in each of these sets here, along with a few parts going with them as well. And then if we turn around, head over here, we've got 12 of these sort of arched bricks going out. These are 1x4 slopes, 12 of them. They're down to 32 pence each. They used to move at about 50 pence a piece, but almost out of them now. I had hundreds of them and I've got very few left now, about 20 or 30 left of them. Lots of trans neon green going out in this particular order. We've got a Yoda head, little Minecraft axe going out, and then an order here for all kinds of things. Lots of these round plates going out amongst other things. And we've got a Tuscan Raider and some more parts going out there as well. So I'm going to try and get these packed up now, ready for morning, so that I can get a good start in the morning. Still got a few orders to pick, and obviously I would expect that some will come in later tonight and possibly early in the morning as well. So we'll try and get ahead of the game as much as possible and be ready for an early start in the morning. Monday morning, and we've finished up the remainder of the orders, which wasn't that many really in the end. This was the largest order that was going out, which is 60 something lots, mostly whites and light bluish greys, as you can see. Another parts order, we've got some green parts going out, some minifig heads and hair pieces, another small parts order, and then a couple of items on eBay. We've got a Naya core minifigure going out and a Minecraft creeper. So a pretty stress-free morning, which is always nice. Nice to have lots of orders, of course. So more orders would have been welcome, but it's nice to not be totally stressing in trying to get ready and get to the post office. So I'm going to get this lot packed up, add it to the rest of the morning's orders over there, and then get to something else. We've already ordered some mail supplies this morning, getting pretty down on lots of size padded envelopes, which are typically what I use. So normally store all the envelopes around here. So yeah, stocked up on F3s. The largest ones that I use, they're the largest large letter envelope that will go through the letterbox as a large letter. Then we've got some D1 envelopes. These are C1s, and then I also use the treble zeros, and this is what I get through the most of, to be honest. These A treble zero padded envelopes. I am thinking of getting some boxes. I've kind of resisted boxes for a long time, and I'm not the biggest fan, just because of the extra effort in putting them together and taping them up and that kind of thing. But when you get an order like this that comes in, and they want it as a large letter, although it will fit in the F sized bags that I showed you earlier, the risk of things moving is greater in that size sort of envelope. Now the paperwork does help to stabilize things, so it does stop things moving around a lot, at least in my experience. So I've never really had a complaint, but I just feel like it would be easier for me to put this into a box. So I think I'm going to look into ordering some of those a little later this morning. So we got the post off earlier today, and I've been working on adding the Technic parts to a Brickstore file. Still in the process. We've got 201 lots added so far, and we've still got a few bits and bobs to add to the list as well. So it's been going pretty slow, if I'm honest, but I've had a few other things today that have sort of got in the way, which were unavoidable, to be honest. It's just how life goes sometimes. I have got some more orders in, which we've picked as well, but we'll go through those in the morning when we've got a few more have come in and are ready to be picked as well. So we'll go through those in the morning, as I say, and I'm going to get on with a couple of projects I've got on the go, which I'm just tinkering with the Bricklink APIs at the moment and playing around with them a little bit and seeing what data I can extract and see if I can put any of that to some good use. And I'll report back if I get anywhere with that and if I see any significant benefit in it. It's Tuesday morning and I'm just checking the morning's orders. We've gotten 8 orders on Bricklink for today. That's 206 lots in 1,370 items. Nice order came in overnight for £124, which means they trigger the free shipping option, which is really good. Now, they're a first-time buyer to Bricklink, 0 feedback, and they've left a little message for me, which says, "Hi there, there's no huge rush for the order. Appreciate there is probably a lot to pick there. Also, I just wanted to say that I really enjoy your YouTube vlogs. It's very interesting to see how you run your stores. All the best." So, you know, sometimes you can be a little nervous when you see new buyers with sort of high value, you know, because they don't have any feedback, etc. But I think the fact that they've left a nice message there and all of the details check out and everything, so there's no problem. And in general, there's never a problem with new people to the platform. That's what we want. We want new buyers, we want new customers, so that's great. And that order is absolutely very, very welcome, especially being such a great order. Now, if we look on Brickowl, we've got 3 orders on there, and one of these people, the one at the bottom there, has reached out to me this morning to ask if they can add more orders. So that was previously processed. I've had to remove that so that they can place another order and get combined shipping. And then on eBay, we've got 3 items paid for, so we'll have to go and pick those and get those ready as well. So I better get cracking. A fair bit to do in terms of picking, and we'll show you what we've got just before we go to the depot. Here's a quick look at what we've got going out this morning. We've got a ship mast going out there, some tiles, various white parts going out, you know, another basic sort of parts order. I've got one here where someone's come back to me and said they want to add more items. This order was already processed on Brickowl. Now, the way that works is that I've changed the status so that it's no longer processed, and they need to place another order, and that order, because of the status it's in, will allow them to combine the shipping effectively. There is a 50p charge because of the double transaction handling in PayPal. So the fact that they've paid once means I've got a fee for this order. If they place another order to add more items, then you get another fee. So that 50p just helps to cover that. But that's how you handle sort of multiple orders on Brickowl. More parts orders, a couple of eBay items. We've got a soccer player going out, and we've got a Death Eater from Harry Potter, and then more parts orders, some minifig random assortment of parts, and then more parts. We got 65 used collectible minifigure base plates going out. And then this order only just came in literally 20 minutes ago, so I've added that to the pile as well. That came in on Brickowl. So one more order to pick, which is the 144 lots, and as they mentioned in the message, no rush So that will go out tomorrow, I suspect. We do have a couple of other non-Lego related eBay items going out as well, which I won't touch on. But I'm going to get these packed up now and off to the post office. And then I've got a tiny bit of Lego to collect from someone while I'm out. And then someone's coming to do a collection of another order that's not here. So I'm just back from the post office, and I said that I had a little bit of Lego to collect while I was out, and this is it. Picked this up from just around the corner from my house while I was on the way to the depot, and managed to get this for £4. Now, looking online, this is selling for £30+ without the box, probably. There was one there that went for 99p, but that's the risk that you take when you put auctions on rather than buy it now. So you can see buy it now sort of prices. Well, that one's actually an auction, £36. So the one who only went for £1 got really unlucky, I think. So anyway, the hope is that I'm going to make more than £4, and hopefully I'll flip this for a decent profit. So I've spent much of the morning picking more orders, in particular a large one there that was 140 something lots. I'll show you that in a bit more detail possibly tomorrow. Now, my next job really should be to get this tub sorted out. So I've got it on my desk and I'm ready to go, but I'm just about to go and pick the grandkids up, and I wanted to film it for everyone, probably put up a separate video of the sort, and it's just gonna be way too noisy to do this. So I need to think how I'm going to tackle this. So I think I'm probably going to film this early evening after dinner kind of thing. So I'm going to switch things around a bit and spend an hour or two doing some of the things I would normally do on the evening. And I've been working on some of this API stuff, just trying to get some data out of the system, and working on, you know, trying to pull some order and item data out and things like that for some you know, some tools that I'm trying to develop for myself. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to spend another hour or two at it, and then we'll get back to sorting the tub a little later. So I've just been sorting through this tub, and did a little recording that we'll probably put up in a separate video for anyone interested in watching along with that as we find various bits and pieces. We're about 2/3 of the way down the tub. We've had a good rummage around, pulled out any of the parts that looked particularly interesting, and left it at that. Now, as usual, we end up with quite a mess. We have got all kinds of part built sets here, from superhero stuff to SpongeBob SquarePants to Speed Champions and Nexo Knights, and all kinds of stuff in there. They all go into another tub with other part built things for the future, when we'll have a sit down and break them all apart and get them listed. We've got a number of plates. I have been filling this plates drawer down here at the same time, so those need to go down to there, and the plates are useful finds because I recently listed most of the plates that I had, so it's nice to start building up an inventory of plates to be listed. We've got a few plant pieces and things, but this is the few bits that we pulled out that we thought might be interesting. We've got a couple of boat hulls over there that might be worth seeing if we can move. We've got this planet from Star Wars, and I think that's Ezra Bridges' speeder. I might be wrong, but some of the printed pieces off there might be worthwhile. We've got a brown pirate dinghy, rowboat, whatever you want to call it. We've got some various lerps and burps, some motorbikes, some horses which aren't in the best of condition. The heads look like they've been kind of varnished or something. It could be sun damage, but they look shiny, so I don't think it's sun damage necessarily. We've got a few minifigs. We've got Star Wars minifig there, some city stuff. And then the most interesting of all, potentially, is this Boba Fett figure there. We've got various other pieces. Some of these sand red plates, I think they are. And then we've got this coffin cover, some net, the cannon, if I didn't mention that already, the Ghostbuster backpack. And I've not seen one of these panels that are from the forts, the used on the cavalry buildings and the old Western theme, I think. We've got a head that's if you can see that, quite an old head. Not struggling to get that in focus, but we'll see what that's worth. And that was in a bag with a number on, so it'll be easy to look up. We've got some aliens there from Toy Story, etc. So a few bits worth looking up, seeing if there's any value in those, and we'll get them listed. It's Wednesday morning, and I've just been adding these few parts to Brickstore, along with the couple of boat hulls that I pulled out of the set, or out of the used tub last night. And it's amazing how some of these things can build up. So there's 37 items there in 33 lots, and they're coming to £51. Now, you know, when I was adding the Technic parts, it took me a lot of parts to get to £51. So this is really you know, really a good few parts that we've pulled out. The boat hull, or one of the boat hulls, this one for the Arctic Explorer, is around £8. The electric lights that I found are £7. The cannon base is nearly £5. The green collectible minifig torso is about £3, and then we've got £2 for this rock panel. We've got a couple of quid for the Star Wars figure. We've got close to £2 just for the coffin lid, etc. So you can see how it all mounts up when you pull these kind of parts out. Now, things like the printed tiles for the Ezra's speeder were worth pennies in the end. This didn't include the Boba Fett parts that I found, and the torso for that was coming up at about £3.50. Now, the reason I've kept that aside, I've got it over here, but I haven't listed this in the Brickstore file, is because I'm pretty sure I've got a helmet somewhere. And if I find the helmet, this turns into about a £27 figure. So that would be a worthwhile activity to get done. And so I'm going to get these added to the Brickstore file that I'm working on, and then I'm going to get back to the tub and clear some more of it out. I've still got this mess to clear up this morning, but I figured why bother when we've got more work to do. Let's have a quick look at this morning's orders. We've got 6 going out. We've got a non-Lego item going out there. I've actually done well on these shirts. These are Ralph Lauren shirts that I'm not wearing anymore, and I think that's the 4th one I've sold, and that one sold for £33 plus postage, so pretty decent. So we've got some Lego parts going out there. We've got a couple of the Mixel sets going off to the US. This was the big order that I mentioned that I was picking yesterday. It's 140 something lots, a couple of poly bags on the top here, and then lots and lots of parts of all kinds of descriptions in there, mostly new, a little bit of used in there as well, but mostly new parts, and then more modest sort of parts orders going out the door there as well. So we're going to get those packed up. Easy morning this morning because we'd done most of the picking yesterday, which is good because I can get those packed up, get it to the post office, and then get cracking and clear up some of this and get this sorted a little bit better and into the various tubs and pots that we've got on the go, and that'll be another tub done. It's Thursday the 16th of November, and we've got 7 orders on Bricklink this morning. In fact, probably 8 because I've just invoiced an order for Switzerland, and assuming they pay this morning, then that will need picking as well. There's 285 lots to pick here for just over 2,000 items. One of the orders has got 152 lots, so it's going to take a little while. And this morning I've got to be away, and as I say that, the guy's just paid. So let's just refresh and see if that comes in. Yeah, okay, so that's there. So 8 orders to ship. That's 299 lots, 2,154 items, and I've got an errand to run today, so I'm going to lose a couple of hours. I've got to go out at lunchtime to take my mother-in-law off to a hospital appointment, so I'm going to lose a couple of hours. I've also got orders on Bricklink, 6 orders there, so that's 14, and we've got I think just 1 on eBay, so quite a bit to do. We've got 121 lots on Bricklink, Brick Owl, sorry, as well, so well over 400 lots to go and pick, so it's going to keep me busy pretty much the entire morning, I would think. So we finally got today's orders picked and packed and ready to pack up into the envelopes, etc., to go out for today. So we'll touch on those in a second. It was much needed in a way because this rack of shelving here was pretty full. This is where I keep all of the used parts, so we've got quite a few empty drawers now that we can start filling back up. We've still got space over here, of course, that we haven't filled yet, so not totally worried just yet, but we may have to think about an expansion in there at some point. Now, being a pretty busy day today, I did end up going out for a couple of hours, as I said earlier, to you know, take the mother-in-law for that hospital visit. But what this does show you is that when you do get quite a few orders, and in particular when you get large orders where every single lot has, you know, multiples, 10s, 20s, etc., they do take time, and you have to think about, you know, what the capacity is on you as an individual to be, you know, not just picking the orders and getting them out, but also you have to be sorting, adding parts to the store, and all of that good stuff that goes with running a Bricklink store. So there will come a point where you hit a tipping point and you can't, you know, handle more capacity, or you need help or whatever. Now, I'm not saying I'm at that level yet. I'm just saying that it is something to think about as you're developing your store. What do you want from it? How many orders do you think you're going to be able to manage? And you almost can't really judge it on orders, because you know, you can have an order like this one and it's 6 items, took literally 10 seconds to pick, whereas an order like this will, you know, take an hour or two to pick that many lots. I think there's 150 something lots. But as I said, what makes it more challenging is when every lot has to be counted and there's, you know, reasonable quantities in each of those lots. It's just time consuming. If you've got a large lot order and they're all, for instance, minifig parts or used parts, and every lot count is 1 or 2, it's much quicker. But anyway, enough rambling on. Let's show you what we actually got going out today. So we've got a snow villager going out on eBay. We've got some supports going out, and I'm not going to take too long going over these, where they're just sort of, you know, regular parts orders. We've got a part of a plane going out. This one was another high lot count. I think this was about 70 something lots, and I think that's what's taken more time today is, you know, an order for 150 lots, 70 odd lots, 60 odd lots, 50 odd. You know, you get a number of orders like that, and it really eats into the time it takes. But that's what it's all about. You know, you want orders, you want good sized orders, and that means time. A lot of Minecraft stuff in there. This one's came in later today, so we did get a few more orders in after I showed you what we had this morning. Some minifig parts, etc. there. This one's going off to Switzerland. This was the one that came in while I was videoing this morning to show you which orders we've got. And this is a Technic driver that sold for about £10. Some plates going out there. This is another one of the higher lot counts. Lots of teal and pink and dark reds in there. So interested to know what they're building from that. And then as we get over to here, we've already seen this really, you know, quite decent order in a couple of tubs there. Lots of browns, lots of purple, lots of greens, all kinds of parts in there. We've got some Technic pins and a couple more small orders over here. So it's 4:20 in the afternoon. You know, today was planned this way because it's the late opening at the depot. We have got another order that's just come in that I'm not going to pick tonight. That's another 57 lots. And there's an eBay order as well, and we'll see what else comes in overnight. So I better get this all packed up and off to the post office. After a really busy Thursday, Friday is clearly much quieter. We've only got 3 orders this morning. We've got an order here from a regular customer, just a few pieces. This is actually 2 orders because they placed an order, then realised they'd forgotten something and added a second order there. And then another part order. I've been selling a lot of purple recently for some reason. I don't know if there's some mocks out there that are using lots of purple or whatever, but yeah, it just seemed odd that such a lot. That big order that I did yesterday of the 155 lots, there was lots and lots of purple in that as well. Then yesterday evening, this was an odd one. This has been listed on Facebook. I'd forgotten all about it. I think it's been listed for about a year probably. I've never bothered listing it on eBay or anything like that, partly because the box has got a little bit of you know, damage, if you want, a little bit of creasing. But of all people, my sister contacted me last night on Facebook and said that a friend was interested in it if I was prepared to post it. And I went back and said, yeah, of course, no problem. And yeah, she subsequently sent me the money for it, and that's going off to my sister's friend. And it's odd because my sister's like hundreds of miles away, so I didn't even know how they'd come to see the listing or anything. But anyway, it just shows how far-reaching that can be. Got a real mess going on. Got to get this cleared up. We're back to having a mess. This is the problem with sorting bulk. You end up with tubs of things all over the place again, and little piles of stuff on the table. So being a quieter morning, we'll get some of this tidied up. We've got lots of 2x bricks. I might sort through them and get them listed. Not sure just yet. Got another delivery of envelopes yesterday, only to find that they were the wrong ones. Now, I buy these from a place called Sounds Wholesale, I think, on eBay. And they're always really great. They come like next day, etc. Anyway, I rung customer service, said, you've sent me the wrong size. And they asked if I could use them. I said, well, I will use them in time, but I'd actually just ordered some of these earlier in the week, and the size that I wanted, I really did need. So anyway, they're sending out the correct size and just told me to keep these free of charge. So that's a nice little £15 freebie there. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of room at the moment, which is why I don't buy too much in advance in terms of envelopes. You can see I've got envelopes on the top, envelopes here. Don't really have a lot of additional storage other than at the container, and I don't want to keep them at the container, if I'm honest, and have to worry about going over to the container to replenish when I get down. So anyway, I thought that was a nice little £15 saving for me. So gonna crack on, getting some more stuff listed. These are just little bits that I'm adding to a file. I've got a file that I've been running sort of throughout the week and not got around to uploading it yet. So this has got all sorts of stuff in, from the Technic stuff to minifig bits and pieces, anything that I pulled out of the bulk that looked useful. One thing I did find in the bulk, by the way, was this sort of skirt, the Star Wars pauldron, whatever we call them. And that was worth close to £8. And that came out of the bottom of that tub I was sorting, which just shows you, when you get towards the bottom of the tub, you know, you think you're sort of... you think you're done with the best parts, and you can very easily come across things that are worth a little bit of money there. So that was a good little find. Some of you might have noticed that Royal Mail have updated the click and drop website, so it has a totally different look and feel to it now. And I've got to say, I actually really like it. It's not often that I'm sort of super positive about Royal Mail, but this looks like a good improvement. It tells me up here I'm using the beta version of the page, which they're still adding finishing touches to apparently, so you can switch back to the non-beta version, but I'm going to stick with this for a little while. The only thing I'm not keen on is it has a tendency, as I'm adding postage, to sort of open up a new tab with all the orders on, or for each order. So it's a pain having to go through and close those. I don't know, or you can close all, which is good. So that's not so bad. So anyway, big improvement, really like it. Well done, Royal Mail. So I'm just sorting through some stuff to list on Facebook or eBay, wherever they end up. So we've got some things like this 70615, that's minus the minifigs, though no minifigs available for that. And then doing some other stuff, things like these light tailing kits. These are brand new, sealed, or at least that one's sealed. This one isn't sealed on the outside, but everything inside is sealed. So those are going, and I've pulled all of the manuals out, ready for when I get a chance to photograph all of the sets that I've got upstairs. Things like the old shipping store. I've got the Ninjago City, the carousel, the Ferris wheel, Ghostbusters HQ, Ninjago docks. So some pretty decent sets to get listed when I get a chance. Doctor Who, etc. So just working through them slowly, no massive rush, but I just thought I'd try and take advantage of some of the, you know, the Christmas interest in people having money to spend on sets that they might want. I'm a bit annoyed with myself because I've got a couple of figures that I've put somewhere for the Ghostbusters headquarters, and I can't find them. So I'm a little bit annoyed with myself. They are here somewhere, but it's just locating them. And once I do, I can get that listed. So I'm just sorting through some of the bins, and I guess I'd like to say I'm trying to tidy up, but I'm not really getting very far. But I'd taken a bag from this minifig tub that I'd found that had a few capes in. And I'm just working my way through them, and I just thought I'd show you what I found. So these capes were all in the same bag, and I can't make my mind up whether they are new or used or what, to be quite honest with you. Partly because we've got things that, you know, they're all so well, they feel so new, you know, in that they're very flat, they are very starched, and I can't decide whether they are new and have just been put together, or whether they are used and have been starched or pressed or something, but they're in extremely good condition. So this is one of the ones from the Harry Potter minifigs. And then we've got this one, which is the dual-sided one, which is from the one of the Lord of the Rings figures, one of the guards. We've got an old castle one. We've got some Star Wars skirts, and these are, again, these are like brand new, and there's two of them. So, you know, to give you an indication, if I judge them to be used, and I really can't make up my mind on whether they should be classed as new or used, but I'm probably going to err on the side of caution and put them as used, but put them at a high value because of how great a quality they are. But those are about £6 each. That's about £2 to £3. This is about £1.70. We've got some black ones that are about £3 each. There's 3 of those. This one's worth about £5. This one doesn't look like it's worth very much at all used, but I guess that's because the majority of these that I've seen are always very raggy down the edges, and this one is a little bit there is a little bit of fraying, but nothing very substantial at all. It's probably one of the best ones I've seen if it is a used one. And then this one as well is worth probably £9 for that one. So some decent value things. We've got another one here worth about £2.50. So just adding those into a file on their own is coming to about £45. and that's putting them all in as used. So a nice little find. I kind of knew they were there, especially this double-sided one. It's a very recognizable one, and I did see that on the top of the bag when I sort of found it, so I was quite interested, but just put it to one side with all the other minifig items till I got to it. And now's the time, and some very good items there, so they're going to get listed this weekend. Do you remember this fella from earlier in the week? Picked him up locally, literally round the corner. Someone was selling a bunch of brickheads for £4 each, and unfortunately I'd missed the bulk of them. Someone had already beat me to the majority of them, and the seller said this was the only one left. Now, as it happened, this was the one that I was particularly interested in from all of those that were on offer. And as I said, went round, picked it up, bought it for £4, and I've just sold it for £33.25 plus shipping, of course. So £36.20 including the shipping. So that was a nice little flip for £4. And you know, I thought about you know, whether to bother going getting this. You know, it feels a bit odd going around buying £4 worth of Lego, but you know, if you can flip it that easily and turn £4 into 30 something pounds, you can't you know, I'll do that every day if possible. Now I've just uploaded the file that I've been working on, or the most recent file that I've been working on. There's 1100 parts in there, 325 lots for £223. Just uploaded that, 219 lots added. We are down a little bit on last week, so we're down at 13,901, so we've lost about 90 odd lots, but that's to be expected when you've had a reasonable run of orders. Oddly, it's been really quiet today, and I can only think that that's because of all of the deals that are flying around. I see everybody's online looking at various deals and, you know, Black Friday promotions, even though Black Friday hasn't actually even arrived yet. But I think these are the best times to get those deals. So I can't blame people for doing that. Hopefully things will be busy again over the weekend, and we'll see what moves of this lot that we've just uploaded.